you're new around here, we're the Newbys, a family who bought an abandoned farm in northern Portugal 3 years ago. I'm Tara, this is my husband John, and these are our boys, Crusoe and Sawyer. Oh, and this is our latest arrival, Obi, our border collie pup. If you'd had asked us 3 years ago where we thought we would be today, almost certainly we would have given you the wrong answer. Nothing could have prepared us for what year 3 on our farm had in store for us. We've knocked down one of our houses, completely changed the access to our land. We buried a building, we've renovated and extended a stone house, and found epic opportunities to work with our local neighbours and experts on making our vision for this place a reality.
I'm going to channel my feminine energy.
Fairly soon there'll be more demolition to come as we prepare to rebuild a home here.
Things are hotting up out here in Portugal.
Built from stones reclaimed from old abandoned buildings around northern Portugal, our ambition is to build a modern house that looks and feels as though it's been here for 1,000 years. If you haven't already, then please subscribe to our channel. We're 3 years into a journey that still feels like it's just about to get started.
So this is the story
Of year 3.
on our farm here in northern Portugal.
Enjoy.
Well done. You're doing a good job.
Yeah, buddy.
This is going to be a really, really special episode. We're going to take you through everything that we've done in the past year on our farm, but it's really important that before we do that, we talk a little bit about what is to come and what to expect with this build of this brand new home. And to do that, I'm going to use one of our long-term partners and sponsors, one that you guys, I know a lot of you out there are using, Milanote, to be able to illustrate what we have envisaged. Milanote is a creative tool where I gather all of our ideas and plans for the build, and I'm starting to put together a giant kind of online pinboard that's going to be the project plan for the house build. So on here you'll see all of our artists' impressions, our architects' drawings. You'll see where I'm starting to put together to-do lists, purchasing lists, budgets, interior inspiration, exterior inspiration, saving links that are going to become useful for sourcing product and also keeping in touch with people that we need to keep in touch with. And it's just the most useful way to be able to organize your thoughts right at the very beginning of a creative process like this. I've recently had a flurry of messages from our subscribers asking for me to share this link again, so I wanted to put it in this video because I know how useful it is. It's completely free to download. The link is just below this video in the description, and there's a QR code on your screen here. If you scan that with the camera on your phone, you'll be able to download it for free and set yourself up with probably the most useful tool we have for organizing everything that we've got going on the farm. So thank you, Milanote, for making life so much easier. And without further ado, let's rewind 12 months and take you right back to the very beginning of year 3. Thank you for being here, folks. It means the absolute world. And I hope you enjoy this as much as we enjoyed putting it together.
For those of you who join us for each of our twice-weekly episodes, it might blow your mind a bit when I say that this time last year, John had just started building our outdoor deck. A project that resulted in a neck and shoulder injury that did give us a bit of a scare. But out of it came a space so beautiful, and one that's set to become something of a centrepiece in some very exciting expansion plans that we've got brewing for later this month. Like I said earlier, this video might be all about year 3. But it's year 4 that's gearing up to be pretty monumental.
This will be the first big part of the project. I want to get some decking down, I want to get the support joists into place, I want to finish and fix this back bit. What do you think, Crusoe? Is it all right? Is it good? Tara's just been up to get me some peas.
This deck, despite the challenges it threw at us, is about to get a whole lot more important. We're in the early stages of conversations about increasing the area of our farm. And if all goes according to plan, this will become a central feature, rather than the marker of the border of our land. But more on that very soon. Sometimes on our farm, we build things that we know are temporary. Like the changing of the seasons, our needs are changing as our family grows, and our plans for this place get bigger, and our dreams so much more exciting. With our plans to build a new home here awaiting planning approval, we need to come up with ways to meet our needs without investing too much in solutions that are temporary. With winter approaching, we desperately needed more inside space. So, using whatever materials we could find from around the farm, we cobbled together a makeshift extension onto our home. It took us less than 24 hours and cost us absolutely nothing. Okay.
Just use that as a support.
Okay. That's really nice to walk back to, love. It looks really cool. Very welcoming little extension. Well done, you. Yeah, how's this? Not right.
Ah, it might be right.
Darling, that looks incredible.
Yeah.
This is amazing. I am so pleased with it. We finally got there to the end of our 1 day, kind of 3 day build. After a season in northern Portugal's very wet winters, it has since been taken down, and our focus has now shifted to a second, still temporary, but way more exciting extension. But more on that very shortly. What? No ways! I don't think they're very big, he says.
That was quite a lot bigger than I
Oh
was
man, and you've made holes in them.
I know, because I wasn't expecting them to be like
Blimey,
that.
look at that! We were done, but this one's having to have its roof taken off because...
Crusoe put a cucumber in it.
Let's pick it up.
No, let's not pick it up.
Why?
Wow.
What do you reckon, buddy?
So far, we've been talking about everything that happened in year 3, but what you really need to know is what's going to happen in year 4. This is to appreciate how important the next major project was for our little farm. We're currently waiting on planning permission from our local authorities to build a brand new stone house on our land. We want to build it with traditional stonemasons using reclaimed stone from buildings from around the local area. It's a huge undertaking, and in order for it to get started, we needed to sort out access to the farm. And so we decided to embark on our biggest and most expensive project here on the farm to date, changing the direction and the location of our access road. Morning everybody, and what a lovely morning it is. If I'm looking a little bit under the weather this morning, it's because Sawyer has been keeping us up. I'm not sure what's going on with him at the moment, but his brain is on fire in the middle of the night and he's bouncing around, and we don't basically, well, Tara and I haven't had any sleep for a few days now. You guys out there, most of you I'm sure are parents, you know what we're talking about, but today's a really big day, and a big one for Sawyer too, because he's going to meet his first ever real life digger. And Crusoe, of course, same as normal, he's bouncing around all over the place.
Okay, so what's the plan? Well, this road that accesses our property isn't actually our road, it's a public road that accesses the fields beyond our farm. So, and to be honest, turning circles and stuff is an absolute nightmare, and every time we get deliveries or vans need to come down here or Mario needs to come down here, it's a really tricky road to navigate to get to our property. Obviously also with our future plans of doing more significant works on the property, access is really important. So this is the first step to kind of starting that entire project. So the plan is that we're moving the road onto our property. We're going to move the gates up here. These rocks on the side of where Mario's digging is the boundary of our property and the top end of it. So the road will come down, this will be our gates, we'll drive down through these beautiful trees and onto this field below where we tried to grow oats this year. Our plan with that field now, and it was originally, but we just thought we'd try something different this year, is to put a field of olive trees down there. So the road will kind of wind through the olive trees, we'll make a turning circle so that we can get in and out easily and then come back up and out. Right, here we go, the maiden voyage.
Phase 1 of the road build was complete. The gravel was down and the shape was in place. But before we could start paralleloshing, that's placing cobbles down on the road, we had to first ensure that in heavy rain the road wouldn't wash away. So we built a retaining wall from huge stones. This project allowed us to think more about landscaping the few acres of Portugal that our dreams were now calling home.
Right, wellies and dry socks.
It's just spectacular to watch. Stop. What are you looking for? An orange.
Winters here in northern Portugal can be pretty tough going, with relentless rain that for weeks can feel like it will never end. We left the farm to journey around India for 5 weeks with the boys, but that's another story entirely. When we got back to the farm, it was time to really ramp things up.
It's all going to start happening really soon.
We'd had approval from the Agricultural Reserve to build our dream home. They're the governing body who protect the agricultural zone that our farm sits within. So the next step was to submit our architect's drawings to the municipality, and we hope to have that approval through really soon. The house we currently live in sits on the very same footprint that the new house will be on, and we're going to have to knock it down. So we need somewhere to live while the building goes on. So we began to extend and renovate our little stone house with a wooden extension that's something of a non-permanent structure and a full internal renovation that will be a lot more permanent. Once we've moved into the big house, this little stone house will be our guest house. This renovation has spanned nearly 6 months and it's still ongoing. We cannot wait to see the finished product.
It's going really well. I'm happy with the way everything's progressing. We've got the wall going around the front there.
On the road, I've been away for far too long, but now I'm on my way back home. I hear the west winds calling out my name. They're telling me to head your way, down your road and past your gates. Keep your eyes on the horizon. I was looking to the long when I'd already found my home.
What do you think about getting a big tree for that circle?
Imagine that in the middle of the circle. It would be magnificent.
Yeah, wouldn't it? It was a roundabout now that we made our first trip to Deer Plant The intent was to buy a few small olive trees to sit near our new driveway. It was from this trip, though, that some magic happened, and later in that very week, after talking to João, we found ourselves in a neighbour's forest digging up some old olive trees. What do you think? Do they look good trees? So, darling, in our lifetime, these trees will always be small, young trees. Do you think about those trees that we went to see?
That were like 50 years
That were 50 years old. 50 years old.
Shit, man.
I mean, 50.
Okay, we got to get at least one old one.
Yeah, I mean, 50 years from now, I'll be 85.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll be 95. And so it was the start of a wonderful journey to move ancient olive trees onto our farm. It's the day. I think I can hear Mario's digger just trundling around over there.
Oh, exciting times, team. Exciting
Here we
times.
go. Joao's there already. That's
Oh, everybody's before us. Good work, team.
Daddy, I'm waiting for your dinner.
good news. What, you go and ask Mario, hey? Let's do it.
Wow, Cruiser! Say obrigado. Really grateful to have Armando's expertise here, telling us how to prune them so that they, will survive, but so that we can move them practically up the road. They're taking off a lot of the branches with the leaves, which you would think isn't a good idea, but Armando's literally been pruning trees since he was Joao's age, if not younger, and has a lot of olives, old olives on their farm, so he knows what he's doing. Yeah, now it's beautiful. Right, second tree is making its way up the hill. Little. Oh dear.
How exciting is that, everybody? Wow! How are you doing? So these are two of the trees. Mario's going to put them on the ground now, and then we're going to go back and we're going to get the other two trees. That's going to be our tree for the middle, the circle. Oh, look at that. That's it. Good. Should we get buds on?
Giving our two little boys the space to explore, have fun, and experience extraordinary things is a real privilege, one that we are so grateful for. These 4 ancient olive trees are doing really well now. They are all shooting new leaves and branches and growing strong. Although the tree we placed in the middle of the circle didn't in the end find its forever home there. But more about that a little later on in this episode. For now, we edge ever closer to today. 4 months ago, the Stonehouse extension build was just starting to gather pace.
It's looking pretty good, isn't it? And the framework is pretty much up.
It was time to ask for help, especially as we were keen to also crack on with the work inside the house. The first order of business was to lower the floor in our stone kitchen. Heavy labour, and we were super grateful for the extra hands on deck.
I'm not going to say it's the biggest job that we've done on the farm yet, because we've done quite a few really big jobs. But that feels like quite a momentous change for the farm. It feels like, you know, once it's done, that room down there especially, it could be something really, really beautiful. In fact, this whole area here, hopefully, fingers crossed, is going to be a Picasso. Shall we say a Picasso?
Time was marching on, and the project continued at pace. New terracotta floors were laid throughout the house, and somehow John even made room to spend some time outside, building a tree house for the boys. It was at this point that we had to make a big decision.
I've just been taking some time this morning to kind of, I don't know, say goodbye?
With approval through from Ran, we decided to push ahead with the demolition of a derelict house on our farm, which sat exactly where our new house will one day be. Once we had made this call, there was no going back. We are all in. And in order for us to have enough space for our family to thrive here for years to come, we've got to build back better. They say you've got to break a few eggs to make an omelette, right? So let's just call this the eggs, and you'll have to subscribe to see the omelette.
The ease with which that building's being destroyed, you know, it also says to me that's not something we really wanted to repair.
Okay, I've just walked around the front again for the first time in a while, and look, you can see through. Oh my gosh, I've got goosebumps. This is so mental. There it goes. Wow. Oh my goodness, it's gone. The derelict house is gone.
Once that was all cleaned up, it felt like the future looked a little clearer. We can now stand where that house once was and imagine the view from our future kitchen window. But focus needed to return to the stone house renovation, with the extension taking shape and starting to look a lot more like a room, and the bathroom getting a much needed makeover.
I love how swift this is, my love. It's my kind of building, instant satisfaction.
One really cool thing about projects like this is when I look at that, I think it looks pretty cool. And when it's finished, I can sit on a chair that I'm going to build that will be around about there, and I can say, I built that. I'm really excited to see how it turns out. Give them a day, keep an eye on it. The farm starts to look quite different now. It's been a very busy year. If you look super closely at this drone shot, you might see that olive tree sitting patiently in the middle of the turning circle. Well, you could say that this in particular olive tree has itchy feet. As we headed into June and the start of the summer, with myriad exciting projects all lined up and waiting for attention, it was two in particular that captured our imagination.
So painting the skirting is something I can do.
Yeah.
And if we do it before the floor goes down, I can do a nice messy job and it won't be a problem.
Oh, and of course we still had the extension to put a real roof on, polished terracotta floors, fit windows, complete a bathroom, decorate, paint, build a kitchen, make a front door. You buy a book,
I'm
darling.
going to buy a book and I want to do a course.
Okay.
I want to do a course.
All right, okay.
Darling, I could be a beekeeper.
You could be a beekeeper.
That's so
16-year-old Tara.
14-year-old Tara who had a bee in a box trying to get it to sting her so she didn't have to run the 800 metres. I even remember the box, it was pink.
Was it? You put a bee... And so your assumption of that would have been that your teacher went, oh, Tara, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I got stung by a bee, so I can't run.
Yeah. Where were you trying to get stung?
On my foot.
On your foot? That would be a good place to get stung, not to run. So what were you doing? Were you wiggling your foot in front of it?
I had the bee in the box and then I was trying to pluck up the courage to open the box and stick my foot in it.
Okay.
But I couldn't make myself do it.
So you ran instead.
So I just let the bee out and went, sod it. I'll run.
And did you get round? Were you last?
I was last, yeah. Got clapped.
Did you got clapped?
I got clapped, yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, dear.
So here's the thing. We just, in the last 2 weeks, released both The Story of the Bees and of the Olive Tree. They were 2 of our very favourite episodes ever. And if you also enjoyed them, we'd love to hear. So please leave us a comment below. And remember to share them with more people so that they can enjoy them like we did. For now, though, let's get back to the build and polish off what has been a rather busy and quite extraordinary year. Oh yeah, there you go, got it. Got it. I was wondering, I was like, Now, it wouldn't be a proper wrap-up of Year 3 if we didn't look beyond the big projects and appreciate all the smaller but no less important jobs that have kept us busy this year. From raising 2 brave, wonderful little boys to planting and growing our own food.
Look, Mummy, look, a big one.
So I made this out of the melons from our garden.
Yeah, boy.
Landscaping our farm bit by bit and creating memories here that will last our family a lifetime. For those of you who have been with us for it all, thank you. And if you're new and you're as excited as we are to see what Year 4 has in store, then please hit that subscribe button. It's completely free and it really helps support us and our channel. We have huge dreams for this place and we're only just getting started. What you got?
Is it horizontal? Let's have a look.
How's that, buddy?